we do not purport to entertain you because that's not our business. In fact, academics like to abstract their things so that you don't quite understand what they're saying. So be sure if you hear things that don't make sense, it is deliberate. All right? Yeah, so my name is Peter Kimani, and I am a writer, and I have academic pretensions, so I might use those big words I promised. Intersectionality, Roman, because that's what this book is about. And yeah, my colleague will amplify that very message. So I am joined on stage by Professor Peter Wasamba, and in his life he served as the chair of the Department of English, or they call it the Department of Literature. It was actually, in 1968 it was English, until it was changed through Ngugi's efforts with two other academics, Tabano Leon and Awuor Nyumba. That's part of the struggle that his work attests to. Peter has been the chair and the dean of the School of the Faculty of Arts, and he writes on intersectionality of law, human rights, and literature. Next to him, Professor Katwiwa Mule is a professor of comparative literature and chair of World Literatures at Smith College, as well as director of African Studies program. He teaches Ngugi as well as part of his work. Next to him, Zein Abubakar, an activist, an actor, a director, a playwright, many things, and also an author. And he's here perhaps to perform for us. So we might not miss out on performance completely. And last but not least, we have Jennifer Muchiri, Dr. Jennifer Muchiri, the current chair of the department, Department of Literature, in the department at the University of Nairobi. Jennifer writes and teaches Ngugi's text as well, memoir, as well as women's writing, and more than just that. So, because Ngugi is a writer committed to African literature and African languages, we're going to convey this in a variety of languages. We might do it in French, we'll test their competence in French, Swahili as well. Kwa hivyo kwa niaba ya kamati yangu hapa, ningependa kuwakaribisha kwa mdahalo wetu jioni ya leo, tunapozindua rasmi kitabu cha mwandishi wa kutajika Ngugi wa Thiong'o, na tutakuwa pengine tuna majibizano kati yetu na watazamaji wetu ili tujue kama tumeelewa tuliyosema baada ya mazungumzo yetu. So tutaanza kwa kusomewa sehemu kidogo tu kutoka kitabu chetu kwa lugha ya Kifaransa na mwandishi wetu aliyetajika John Sibi-Okumu.
Lakini ndachakosa masitawusi no Ufaransa ni mala ni ngomu lusungu. Na mabwana nitaanza na Ufaransa kusoma kitabu cha Ngugi wa Thiong'o, alafu kusoma sehemu nyingine kwa Kizungu. Puis les choses changèrent. Je ne sais si c'est peu à peu ou subitement, Mais elles changèrent. Les vaches et les chèvres furent les premières à disparaître, laissant derrière elles des étables vides. La décharge ne reçut plus de boues et de crottes, mais seulement des ordures. Sa hauteur devint petit à petit moins menaçante. Et j'arrivai, moi aussi, à la monter et à la descendre facilement. Nos mères cessèrent de cultiver les champs autour de la cour et se mirent à travailler sur d'autres terres, loin de la concession. Mon père abandonna sa ringuera et ses épouses durent désormais parcourir une bonne distance pour lui apporter à manger. Je vis les arbres être abattus, réduits à leur seule souche, et à leur place, sur le sol retourné, du pyrètre planté. C'était étrange de voir la forêt se retirer à mesure que les champs de pyrètre avançaient. Plus marquant encore, mes sœurs et mes frères étaient devenus saisonniers dans ces nouvelles exploitations qui avaient dévoré notre forêt, quand jusqu'alors ils avaient travaillé juste de l'autre côté du chemin de fer dans les plantations de thé des Européens. Ces changements dans le paysage, à la fois physique et social, survenaient dans un ordre difficile à discerner. Ils s'entremêlaient de manière déroutante. Mais, peu à peu, avec le temps, j'ai commencé à relier les fils et les choses me sont apparues plus clairement, comme si j'émergeais de la brume. J'ai ainsi appris que notre terre n'était plus vraiment notre terre. Notre concession appartenait désormais à un propriétaire africain, le Lord révérend Stanley Cow, ou Wanastan, comme nous l'appelions. Nous étions maintenant des Ahoy, des locataires à titre précaire. Que s'était-il passé pour que nous soyons devenus des Ahoy sur nos propres terres ancestrales? Les avions-nous perdus au bénéfice des Européens? La brume ne s'était pas entièrement dissipée. Then things changed. I don't know how gradually or suddenly, but they changed. The cows and the goats were the first to go, leaving behind empty sheds. The dump site was no longer the depository of cow dung and goat droppings, but garbage only. Its height became less threatening in time, and I too would run up and down with ease. Then our mothers stopped cultivating the fields around our courtyard. They now worked in other fields, far from the compound. My father's dingera was abandoned, and now the women trekked some distance to take food to him. I was aware of trees being cut down, leaving only stumps, soil being dug up, followed by pyrethrum planted. It was strange to see the forest retreating as the pyrethrum fields advanced. More remarkable, my sisters and brothers were working seasonally in the new pyrethrum fields that had eaten up our forest, where before they had worked only across the rails in the European-owned tea plantations. The changes in the physical and social landscape were not occurring in any discernible order. They merged into each other, all a little confusing. But somehow, in time, I began to connect a few threads, and things became clearer, as if I was emerging from a mist. I learned that our land was not quite our land, that our compound was part of property owned by an African landlord, Lord Reverend Stanley Kahama, or Bwana Stanley, as we call him. That we were now Akoi, tenants at will. How did we come to be Akoi on our own land? Had we lost our traditional land to Europeans? The mist had not cleared.